Yeah, let's walk you through it. This is what is going to be happening today. We started already. We saw the president depart from the South Lawn of the White House, board Marine One, go to Joint Base Andrews, where he made brief remarks touting the accomplishments of his administration, which is typical, but also notably for the first time congratulating his successor. And then at the same time, almost the moment that President Trump stepped off stage, we saw President-elect Joe Biden emerge from Blair House. This, of course, is the order of events today. The next item after church, which is where the president-elect and the congressional leaders are right now, you will see the swearing-in taking place on the west front of the United States Capitol. Of course, as we just mentioned, that was the scene of the violent, riotous mob last week trying to break in and stop this moment and stop this day from happening. But democracy goes on, and the administration will be sworn in this afternoon. Then there will be a wreath laying, as is typical, at Arlington National Cemetery, just across the river.
Right, joined by the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, all the former presidents and their wives will be there along with...
Yes, all former presidents will be there except for Jimmy Carter, who's 96 and was not able to attend but sent his best wishes. And then we'll have the inaugural parade. It will not be like parades in years past because of the pandemic. Security also, of course, a concern after the riots, and so that will take place. There will be a virtual parade, but also the president-elect, the new president, then will march down the street and be escorted into the White House, as is tradition. So we'll see that this afternoon.
Why don't we bring in NBC's chief White House correspondent, Peter Alexander? And they often say, Peter, that jobs are about how you start and how you finish. How do you think President Trump did as he finished his job?
Well, I think he finished in many ways the same way that he arrived here, a one-of-a-kind president. Never mentioned Joe Biden by name, but did express his prayers and best wishes for the new administration. We saw the outgoing president for about 15 minutes speaking to a crowd of his supporters, a 21-gun salute, the red carpet treatment for the president as he departed. He arrived a showman, a former reality TV star. His aides said he always knew where the cameras were, and today, again, in front of the cameras, really for the last time as president, we did hear him with some remarks, a bit of grace, also a lot of focus on himself and on some of the things he's accomplished over the course of these last several years, his perceived accomplishments from the economy pre-pandemic and other issues of that kind. A couple details behind the scenes here at the White House this morning. We have now learned from an aide that the president did leave a note to President-elect Joe Biden in the Oval Office. I'm told that President Trump did not go to the Oval Office at any point today, but that note he did leave behind before departing. Ultimately, we saw him walk to Marine One earlier today alongside the First Lady Melania Trump before that short ride to Joint Base Andrews. And today, when Joe Biden is sworn into office, Donald Trump will be at his Mar-a-Lago property, his Florida estate. His final words to the American people as president, it appeared in front of the audience today, were, "Have a good life, and we hope to see you again soon," leaving open the door for involvement in politics, of course, of some kind, perhaps even another presidential run going forward. But this president, after 4 turbulent years, says goodbye to America and ultimately hands over the reins to his successor, Joe Biden, today.
All right, Peter Alexander for us here at the White House. Peter, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.